So in order to understand the full narrative, you got to get all sides of the story. And in this case right now, we talk about the media and how it depicts one-sided stories depending on which news outlet you go with. So if you're a Republican, you'll go here. If you're a Democrat, you go here. If you're straight conservative, if you're liberal. So depending on which outlet you listen to is the actual news that you get. Some people deliberately go to one outlet so that way they can get one perspective. I believe in getting all perspectives. So this leads me to someone that I'm familiar with, that I became familiar with this year. A lady by the name of Candace Owens. Now, a lot of people feel that Candace Owens is very articulate. She's able to talk about the black community in such a way that it sheds light on exposing the black community, though she's conservative. A lot of people dislike her because she's a Trump supporter. There is a lot of conversations being had around Candace Owens due to what she has said about George Floyd. I think that's probably the most viral thing I've seen her in. I believe that Candace Owens is an asset to whatever party she belongs to. However, I disagree with some of the things that Candace Owens says because I believe that she loves to talk about the black community. But Candace Owens is not from the black community. That is for another topic. Today's topic is the fact that someone tagged me in a Candace Owens post, and it basically says Candace Owens destroys college professor. So I was curious, hey, let me go check it out and see what the conversation about. They talked about several things inside that podcast. Candace Owens, she presented a lot of facts. The professor presented a lot of facts. But what I found interesting was not just the podcast or the interview. I found the comments to be more interesting. There was a fan, a supporter of Candace Owens that says, black people are too lazy for reparations. For those people that don't understand reparations, let me explain something to you. This is money that will be given to black people based on the fact that they endured slavery. Over 100 years of slavery. Now, I don't have to bore you guys with the dynamics of slavery or whatever. I think by now we all understand slavery happened in America, and there were a lot of things that happened with slavery. So I don't want to go down that road. But what I want to do is I want to talk about reparations, and I want to talk about the dialogue that was had in the comments of this Candace Owens video. I wasn't shocked. Because what Candace Owens is, she is a beacon for people who want to be brave enough to say things to black people, but they understand that they will receive a lot of backlash. So Candace Owens is a perfect beacon to use her as an outlet because Candace Owens believes certain things and she says those things out loud, and a lot of the things that she believes, white America supports. Okay, let's get into it. Reparations for black people. Are black people too lazy for reparations? So my direct answer is that I believe that if the black community is given thousands of dollars for reparations, I believe that without a plan, without a game plan, without a strategic plan, that money will be gone. Think about the quarantine. Think about the stimulus check. We're going to give you this, $1,200? And we're going to keep you in quarantine. And as soon as the quarantine's over, you go out and you blow your stimulus check. Now, some people might be saying, hey, the quarantine is different, Mario. We're talking about thousands of dollars. You need to get your facts straight. Okay, cool. Glad you said it. Thousands of dollars. Okay. So whereas you can blow your quarantine money on partying, probably taking one trip, probably going to the mall one time, probably going to, the slot machine at the casinos, probably buying something frivolous off of an online Amazon Prime, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Now we talking about enough money that you can go out and buy a car. You can put a down payment on a house. How many people, black people, will have the strategic nature to say, I can take this money and invest. I can take this money and actually buy a home. I can take this money and start a business. I can take this money and say, let me put a little bit away for a rainy day. So when this supporter of Candace Owens, I didn't want to directly come out and say this was a white supporter. To me, that's not important. What's important is that there are people who believe that if black people receive reparations, they're going to blow it. They're not going to have a game plan for it. So it's almost like, don't worry, white America. Give them the money, because what's going to happen is they're going to go spend that money on some bullshit, and you're going to get it back anyway, because they're not going to spend that money in with no black products or no black services. So they're going to give you that money right back. And I had to sit back before I got upset and said, let me think about this. Let me think about this. Will black America, will the black communities know what to do with this money? That's a conversation. That's a conversation. What happens when you get this money? What do you do? So this is my thought process. My thought process was, do I believe that the black communities or black Americans should receive money for reparations? It's like this. I don't know no race right now that would raise their hand and say, you know what? I'm willing to do over 100 years of slavery. I'm willing to participate in systematic racism. I'm willing for my kids to be separated. I'm willing to be sodomized. I'm willing to be raped. I'm willing to be oppressed for over 100 years. I don't know anyone, Caucasian or anyone, that would raise their hand and voluntarily say, I'm willing to go through what the black race, what Indians, these are all factual statements. I'm willing to go through what they went through. So the fact that they went through it, are reparations justified? I truly believe that reparations are justified. The question is that why are there some people that say, you know what, black people need to get over it? There are some conservative black people right now that say, you know what, I've never had to live in the hood. I've never had to worry about my meals. I've never had to worry about police brutality. I've never accepted government assistance. Black people got it easy. In today's society, you can be whatever you want to be. There is nothing holding you back. Look at me. I'm a prime example. And there are some people out there like Candace Owens that believes this very statement. This is not about Candace Owens. It's about an ideology that explains that there are some people that believe that black people do not deserve reparations. They have a lot of things going for them right now. Black Lives Matter. Why do black people need Black Lives Matter? This is a conversation that I've seen on several conservative platforms. Why do they think that black lives matter above all else? Affirmative action. Why do black people need affirmative action? If you're going to college and you're studying, pick the right man or woman right for the job. Why do they need assistance? Why do they need a leg up? Why do they need a handout? These are all questions that's happening on the conservative side. So my question to the black community, my question to the white community, are reparations justified? I believe that reparations are justified, but we need to make sure that we have a strategic plan when we get this money. We need to have a plan, and it needs to be more than I'm going to finally get me a new car. I'm going to finally take that trip. I'm going to finally throw this big, elaborate, illustrious wedding. I'm going to bring all my friends on a cruise. It has to be bigger than material things. I say that some of this money needs to go into the black community. Instead of waiting for gentrification from white America, I say you, as black America, gentrify your own neighborhoods. I say you revamp your own school systems. Somebody said that black people need their own political party. Interesting. Very interesting. I believe that we need a party that represents black people accordingly. Whether it's a Republican, whether it's a Democrat, whether it's conservative, liberal, whatever. I believe that we need a party that represents black people accordingly. So whatever party that is, I'm all for it. The issue that we have is that sometimes as a black community, we do a lot of things. There is a streamlined thing called respect. And we demand respect as the black community. That we're big on that. We want everybody to respect us. So right now we're doing a lot to say, hey, y'all better respect us. Black Lives Matter. And I'm asking myself, are we doing more to promote and push that other races respect us than the black man and black woman beside us? Are we doing more to make sure that our children understand that, yes, we want to be home as role models. We want to work together on our relationships. We want to build our businesses. We want to be together and build. Are we promoting those things? Are we putting people in place that are leaders that are actually going to promote those things? I see a lot of things going on, and sometimes I'm curious about it. I saw something from DaBaby. And I believe and I want y'all to go check it out. I believe it was called Rockstar. And it was on BET or whatever. I didn't watch it on BET. Somebody tagged me into that. I was like, yo, I think this is dope. You should check it out. So I checked it out. And right away, DaBaby was positioned on the ground like George Floyd. And his first verse, phenomenal. I thought it was phenomenal. I thought it was cool. And then the rest of the song played. So let me caveat real quick on that. I have an issue with celebrities speaking out for the black community that are not role models, that do not promote unity, that do not promote leadership that's going to unite people. I thought that the first verse from what DaBaby said was cool. I thought that it was encompassing everything that was going on. He used the whole George Floyd aspect. So that already promotes some type of emotion. It already pulls on your heartstrings, so you get an understanding for, hey, this is the time that we live in. We need to unite. But I think that what it did was it incited more people that are already confused and that are looking at celebrities as if they are role models. And we need to understand that celebrities are meant to entertain. They're not meant to be role models. So it's crazy when you have role models or celebrities projecting things such as being role models. The question is, do black people deserve reparations? And if they get reparations, what will they do with that money? Will they blow it? Will they do what this white supporter said that they will do? Are they too lazy? Have they reached a peak that says we have been giving you government support, but you're lazy? We've been giving you affirmative action, but you're lazy. We have let you come into our schools and you have access to all the knowledge we as white America have, but you are lazy. How do you answer that question, black people? How do we answer that question, black America? We'll see. Adult Up. This is Mario J.